In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 deleted updates from ERLC. These are all updates that were either added to the game, like actually, or were either in development that were completely scrapped and never ever came out publicly as an actual update. Some things were accidentally added to the game, but we'll talk about that. Drop a like, subscribe if you enjoy. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to start off with the oldest update on this list, and it's actually one from over 5 years ago, which is absolutely insane. Let me know in the comments if you were playing ERLC back at this time. This was even before I started playing ERLC properly. I started playing just like a year or so after this, but it's actually to do with the hospital. Now, if any of you guys can remember what happened 5 years ago, or around 5 years ago, it was the big virus around the world, right? It was a big problem. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't think YouTube likes me saying it, so I'm not gonna say it, but you guys get the idea. You know, the cough situation. So this was an controversial update that was actually added to ERLC. They actually added like a quarantine center, and they changed up the hospital with masks and things to kind of make it more realistic to real life situations, which in all fairness, the idea of the update is kind of cool, like keeping it with real life tradition, like keeping it with real life scenarios and everything, and allows for real life role plays, I guess. But it was a very strange update to be added, and it did soon get removed. I'm not sure if it was removed for any specific reason. I would assume probably the nature of the topic is a bit sensitive, so that's perhaps why it was removed. But let's take a look at this update. So this is a update video from Ruffles. I'm sure you know who Ruffles is, and as you can see, 5 years ago, the 1st of April 2020. That doesn't even feel like 5 years ago. That's crazy, but it is. If we play this video and skip ahead, as you can see, we have the very old hospital and the very old map here, but if we skip, you can see they added like loads of tents and stuff around the back. So this is kind of the level of what updates were back then. They were very basic, nothing really too crazy. Then you can see we've got a quarantine zone, and it was basically just loads of like isolated tents with a hospital bed in it, so you can do like little role plays, I guess, of real life scenarios. When obviously it was a big thing in real life, you kind of recreate that in ERLC. I can see why this update was removed for sure, but it was definitely an interesting idea, to be honest. And yeah, it definitely wasn't in the game for long. I think it was in the game for like 2 days, and then they gave it back, and you can see you can wear free masks and stuff as well, which is pretty cool, to be honest. It's a nice little feature that they added. But yeah, it's fair to say this update was deleted and removed from the game fairly quickly indeed. Now, the next one we are going to talk about is we're going to head over to this building just here, or should I say the lack of building just here. I'm sure you guys know what I'm going to talk about here. I'm not going to talk about it for too long, but it is the mysterious apartment building that was added accidentally in the update and removed from the game in less than 10 minutes. This building had less than 10 minutes of in-game time, and it was gone almost instantly. And for that, we're going to head back to the 11th of November 2024, and we have this building just here. So you can see it's very clearly in this location. We got that building behind, the tall building, these skyscrapers. You can see it's definitely in the location that we are in, and it definitely looks like an interesting building. Now, I made a video on this not too long ago, and we can see it's possibly meant to be an apartment style building. Now, there's a few reasons for this. Number one, the downstairs area had a small interior. We can see in this photo it kind of had a bit of an interior, an unfinished interior, but an interior nevertheless. And another picture of what it looked like from the outside. But only the ground floor had an interior, so it's likely that this was a lobby area, and then everything above that was going to be apartments or maybe hotel rooms or something. But obviously this was never officially added. It was accidentally added when they published a main update, and I guess they just forgot to remove it. It was removed within like 10 minutes or something, never spoken about, never seen again. I do think one of the developers at the time did say apartments would be a cool feature though, but I think they did say that it was just for testing purposes, to test how the game would lag with extra buildings and stuff, with interiors, I guess, and using this style of building to see how it affects performance. Maybe that was an excuse to try and cover up the fact that they accidentally leaked an update, but this was pretty much a year ago now, and there's been no new news of apartments or anything like that since, so I think we can probably forget the apartments getting added. But this was a cool update that was deleted pretty quickly. It also has like the fire escape staircase things, which a lot of people have said is also what apartments would have. So yeah, it does look like apartments if you ask me, but it probably won't get added back to the game, unfortunately. And the next one we're going to talk about is over here on Twitter from 4 years ago, November the 4th, 2021. We can see a new big project is underway for PRC. While this won't be added into Liberty County, it will be a modern and unique experience. Awesome building by Crane, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But as you can see, this really did surprise people, because like, what is this? You would not expect this kind of building inside of ERLC or related to ERLC, but what this is it was basically just a big hangout for ERLC. It's kind of like a PRC social hangout experience, and yeah, you can kind of see that it is just a building. Obviously it's not like a office, I guess some people would say like a headquarters style thing, but it was where you could just join on and interact with people of the community. There was like a little events room in there, and I think OMB did do a small video covering the interior of this, but there really isn't much inside of it. It's pretty much just what we can see in these photos. It is pretty cool though. We have got all this stuff back here. I'm not even sure what all of this is, but yeah, it does look really cool. Obviously it never got added after this tweet. There was never any more mention of it, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it is a shame. You can see people suggesting like police, fire, EMS academies, all that kind of stuff. That was never going to be the case inside of a separate game, although it would be cool. It was never a case. And this developer Crane here is just a builder pretty much. He just focuses on building a lot of things. You can see he is a developer for Greenville, I think. I don't think he's no longer a developer for ERLC. I don't think he does develop for ERLC anymore, but yeah, it is very cool. And of course a shame that it never got added. So yeah, that is my top 3. I don't think that social building will ever get added either to a separate game or in ERLC itself, of course, although it was a separate game as they did say. I don't think that will ever get added back. I think that one is just one for the archives. But yeah, let me know how many of these updates you knew about in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. Drop a like, subscribe if you did enjoy. Make sure you check out channel memberships if you want to help out the channel and get loads of exclusive perks, like being able to be in a Discord server with me, access to some videos, you name it. And also check out my new roleplay game, England Roleplay, which is a UK based roleplay game which released very soon. Loads of awesome features, and the detail on the cars in that game is insane. Check it out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.